or they try to.
What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
You're now listening to Music Impulse with Smilez.
All right, y'all, it's your boy Smilez, and we back for another episode of the Music Impulse. On this very special episode, we are talking all things Usher. He just dropped his new album, Coming Home. He also just performed at the halftime show of 49ers versus Chiefs game. Hey, shout out to the Chiefs on winning that one. The game overall was kind of like 3/4 of just, I don't know what's going to go on. This game is really boring, I ain't gonna lie. But whatever, we ain't here to talk about the game. We'll talk about that on the main pod with my guys on the Audible Ruckus podcast. Shout out to my guys Low, E-Ray, and Free. But I had to get my girl Rhonda, to talk about this album because for years I've seen through social media how much she loves Usher. She done seen this nigga at like all the shows. She went to like all the shows in Vegas. She went to like all his concerts. She even saw him like overseas. She was like, "Yep, here I'm in France." She got the album like 3 months before everybody even heard it. She had the bootleg version of the Shannon Sharp interview that dropped. She was like, "Hey y'all, this interview Shay about to drop, which is my boo Usher," and all that. She was the inspiration for his song On the Side.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but other than that, like I said, my girl Rhonda in the building. How you doing?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Just another day of work and then listen to this album and everything. But we can get right into it. So first off, you love Usher. Tell the folks, why do you love Usher? What was your first experience with Usher? Why do you love Usher so much?
So, I love Usher. Let me see why I love him. That's a really good question. I just know, and I'm gonna give you kind of like a rundown. So back I was in the 5th grade. Someone asked me what year that was. I think it was like 97, something like that. 5th grade. I remember Usher coming out and him singing My Way, the video. And that was kind of like really my first like, kind of like fangirling crush.
Mm-hmm.
So just ever since then, I've just always loved him. Just smooth talking. I mean, obviously he's very, very handsome. But definitely My Way. I remember in that song, he used to, he says, "Hey, little midget, my mind on 7 digits." And it's funny because in the 5th grade, I had a teacher who was a midget. So I used to always kind of sing that part to her. But yeah, that's all I got. It's been that long.
Hey, you're an OG fan, but like I said, I've also seen on social media over the years you've had some crazy interactions with him. Let's speak about that, because I know you posted like you just went to like one of his more recent shows and you like got to be on stage. Was like the second time you did it, and like the first time was like 10 years ago or something like that. Explain to me like these crazy interactions you've had and getting to put on his chain and everything. Like, let's talk about this first one and the second one that you recently posted about.
Okay, so the first time, it was back in 2011. I was living in Cleveland, and he had his concert.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I had gone to a few shows before that, but I wanted to go to the one. It was the OMG tour. So I bought my ticket. Nobody wanted to go with me, so
what?
I paid no one wanted to spend $100. Can you imagine? It was I had floor seats and they were $100.
I wish tickets cost that much.
Right.
Floor seats? Oof.
floor seats.
I would have paid $100 for some floor seats.
I was in row E, so it was the fifth row. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go by myself, pay my little $100. I actually had a boyfriend. He dropped me off at the concert, and I went. I had found a shirt that said OMG, and it was the OMG tour. So I was there, and I was dancing, singing along, and then we took like an intermission and then came back, and the next song that he did was Bad Girl. And he was like, you know, I'm looking for a bad girl. And then he was like, I want you. And he was pointing towards me. And he was like, with the blue flower in your hair. And I was like, oh my goodness. And everybody around me was like, that's you, that's you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was kind of like stunned, but I just walked up, and security told me that they had to grab my purse, hold my purse. They gave me a towel and said, give this to him when you get up on stage. So I got on stage and I completely forgot to give him the towel. But yeah, I mean, we danced. We danced to Trading Places. Okay. So yeah, you can check it out. It's on YouTube, actually. Somebody, whoever was at the concert, posted it on YouTube. So that was back in 2011. We kind of danced together. I don't know if you remember kind of like that little couch that he had.
Yeah.
He pretty much did that at every concert where he pulled somebody up on stage and danced with them on the couch.
Okay.
And then, so that was back in 2011. Last year, I did go to Vegas. Okay. To the Resident. I went to the July 4th show, which was the one with Keke Palmer.
Oh, you were at that show? Wow, that's crazy.
I was at that show, and I was in the pit area, so it was standing room. The pit is just kind of like you didn't have a seat; you were only allowed to stand, and it was kind of like you were behind the stage that he mainly performed on. But I mean, you could still see everything. And I just had such a good time there. I mean, he was singing to me, and because I was in the basically front row. So I left that concert and I was just like, I can't get enough. Like, it's something there. So I was like, I have to go to Paris. I was
you went to the Paris show. I was just joking about you going to, you really did go overseas.
Oh yeah, I did, because I was just like, oh my goodness, I have to go. So I kind of sat down and I looked for flights, bought my ticket to be in the pit again, and I flew to Paris for 12 hours. I was in Paris for like 12 to 15 hours, but I literally just went for the Usher concert.
That is dedication. To go just for a concert. Yeah. I'm not even gonna stay a whole day in Paris.
No. Well, I've been to Paris before, so it was just like, okay. I can go. I saw the Eiffel Tower again, but my main reason was the Usher concert.
Okay, that's more understandable, because I was like, damn, first time in Paris, like, I'm not even staying here a whole day. In and out. No, I've been there before, so it wasn't. I mean, obviously, if I hadn't been there before, then I definitely would have, stayed a little bit longer or attempted to stay longer. But in Paris, I was singing all along. I was in the pit again, kind of like front row, basically. And then I had purchased the Usher, I guess, signature chain. And I was wearing that. And so he kind of came over to the pit and he was just like, you. And so I was like, okay, yeah, you. And then he started talking to me, asked me my name. And then he told me to come up on stage. And so I had got up on stage again. I showed him kind of like a picture that I had. And he was like, oh, you've been on stage with me before. And I was like, yep, back in 2011. So we danced to Boyfriend. Go figure, the song, kind of from the Keke Palmer. Yep.
Oh yeah, I've been on stage twice with Usher.
Okay. And then to kind of get into the halftime show and everything, I actually saw you post the other day about how you had a flight all set and planned to go to Vegas, but then motherhood stepped in and was like, nope, you're staying home. So how are you feeling about not being in Vegas for the show?
You know, I'm disappointed. I purchased those flights for me and my son to go to Vegas. We were actually just gonna go the day before the Super Bowl, but I was attempting to try to like win or just I don't know. I just wanted to be there. But my son decided that he wanted to go to his school dance instead of going to Las Vegas during the Super Bowl. So I was the mother that said, okay, we won't go to Vegas. And I returned the flights and we went to the dance instead. I'm so disappointed. I'm mad.
Did you tell him you should win Mother of the Year for the rest of his life?
Exactly.
Just off of that.
Yeah. Little does he know he's going to hear about this for the rest of his life.
I could have been with your future stepfather.
Exactly. And it's funny because he's like, does Usher know me? And I'm like, no, but he will. Don't worry.
He will. Don't worry.
Like, that's my stepdad. I'm like, yeah, it is. Don't worry. You'll see.
She said, I got it ingrained. He know mama love Usher.
He does know that.
Mm-hmm. But let's get into the show. I'm gonna go through the set list, and we're just gonna go through and just talk about it. So the set list he had was he came out to Caught Up, then he went to You Don't Have to Call, Superstar, Loving This Club. Alicia Keys came out for and played If I Ain't Got You. Then they did the My Boo duet. He went into Confessions Part 2, Burn, You Got It Bad. With her, she came out, played on the guitar. That was fire because I thought she was gonna play Risk It All, but that was still fire. Just her playing the guitar. I thought that was super dope. OMG with Will I Am. Then of course Yeah with Lil Jon and Ludacris, and then Turn Down for What and Get Low. So one, was there any songs that you wanted him to play to like highlight on the show, or are these like all the songs that you kind of just like figured like, yeah, this is gonna be it?
Those were pretty much all of the songs. The only one that I kind of thought that he was gonna do was Good.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he talked about doing kind of like the past, the present, the future kind of thing, obviously for his tour. But I mean, I thought that he would have done Good. But pretty much all the rest of them were kind of given. I just knew he was gonna do those.
Yeah.
I didn't expect My Boo to be so long. Just because like all of the other ones were like real quick, like one note and then it was over with. But My Boo was really, I mean, I guess it wasn't that long, but it was longer than I expected.
I was like, and on top of that, he gave her time to do her own song.
Exactly.
He was like, nope, we could have just unveiled My Boo and been like, oh, yeah, My Boo.
And we would have been good. But then, I mean, yeah.
And then,
I didn't expect her to have so much time.
Yeah. How was you feeling with the hug from your end? You probably like, get off my man, bitch.
Basically, that's how I always feel. But I will say this. It's like, if you kind of look at all of the shows and stuff where he's serenading celebrities, it's always the hugging from behind.
Mm-hmm.
I see that a lot. And he did the same thing with me. Both times he pulled me up on stage.
Oh, yeah,
I got to twerk on Usher, okay? I was twerking on him.
Hey.
But so I mean, I don't know. They're performers. Yeah. I didn't think anything. It didn't look bad to me. I'm used to it.
Yeah, I was like, one, this is part of his show, just getting somebody, and two, hello, he knows she has a whole husband and all that. They're just performers, just doing what they gotta do for the show and to go with the song.
They knew what they were doing because that's what everybody talked about.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, like my overall thoughts was, I thought I was fired. It was amazing. I love that he had the college band come out because my girl was actually talking about, because she went to Southern. she said that it was news that Southern turned it down so they could perform at Mardi Gras. And after watching it, she was like, she's like, see, this is why they should have turned down Mardi Gras and did the show. Like, this is fire. And because we was looking at how the band was like lining up, she was like, Southern's band would have did a whole lot better job spelling out Usher on the field.
You know what? I wondered if anybody else noticed that, because they didn't really kind of like highlight that. But I saw that, they were spelled out in Usher, so maybe it was just me. I don't know.
Yeah, because my girl wanted to point out, she was like, yeah, but it's not like straight. It's like the Southern band would have did way better. I'm like, oh yeah. Plus, it's the Super Bowl. I would not turn down the opportunity to perform at Super Bowl. It's like, could be my one and only time being at Super Bowl. So yeah, I'm gonna go.
Exactly. Yeah, they're crazy.
But I love the live singing on the he ain't had no backtrack like artists do. I like the ode to MJ with the one glove, the roller skating, the ladies on the pole. Again, like I said, her playing the guitar, Lil Jon coming out doing the Turned Out For What, him sliding underneath will.i.am while on skates. That was fucking.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was fucking fire. Overall, the show was fire. I loved it. It was great. It was amazing.
I loved it too. I mean, honestly, I love anything that he does. So my friend was like, he could have just stood there and you would have said, "Oh my God, I love it. It's so great." Which is true.
She's like, which is true. I know you got excited when he took that shirt off.
Yep, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like, damn, this is why I need to get in shape, because this nigga's in his 40s and look way better than me. Need to do some push-ups.
Me too. I was like, damn, okay, let me hit the gym before I get to these concerts.
Right. But getting to the album, just dropped the new album, Coming Home. What were your thoughts as you listened to the album? Any highlights? What were your first thoughts just as your first listen through when you heard the album?
So when I first listened to it, it was just kind of, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but I was. There's so many songs. But I just kept listening to them. I love the album. I really do. I kind of noticed, and I may be wrong, but I noticed that kind of like the beginning of the album, like the first half of the songs are kind of more like upbeat party pop. I don't want to say pop, but they're, kind of like upbeat songs. Not upbeat. I mean, they're all upbeat, but then kind of like towards the second half, which is my favorite, is
that's
more
the
like
R&B.
the true R&B. Yeah.
That's what I was like.
So,
when I first listened to it, I will say I was under the influence. So so that first listen, I was really vibing, especially on that "Keep On Dancing." I was like, oh yeah, keep on dancing, yeah, let's go, keep on dancing. I was like, I love this song. This song is amazing. Let's go. But that one, I loved Cold Blooded. I don't know what that song with Dream. Besides the Migos sounding, Quavo, whatever ad libs that was in the background or whatever it sounded like. But other than that, I was like, I love Cold Blooded, Kissing Strangers. I'll probably say like between those two, like my two favorite songs. Like I even listened to it again for a second time today, and sober, clear-minded, everything. So I was like, okay. I was like, all right, let me. Yep. So I was like, so let me listen to this like clear-headed and everything. And again, I was like, because I wrote down the song that I really liked was Cold Blooded, Kissing Strangers, Risk It All, Ruin, On the Side, Please You, Luckiest Man, Room in a Room, and one of the ones is like
we gonna skip Luckiest Man. We skipping that one.
We're gonna skip that one. See, my skips was was Big, I Am the Party, and I Love You. even the first listen through, I thought big. I was like, this is big. He kept talking about McDonald's, and I was like, this sounds stupid. The I Am the Party wasn't out. I didn't like that the first listen through either.
That's my favorite.
What? Yeah, nah.
I Am the Party is my favorite. Oh
Yep.
no.
Yep. And then like the songs I was like, they like mid. They alright. Like I wouldn't turn them if they came on. Was Stone Cold Freak. I still like Keep on Dancing. And then A-Town. I didn't like the sample in the beginning. Like if he just cut that little sample, like to get you to know, like, hey, this is where this song is sampled from. If they could have took that part out, but I was like, the song overall was pretty dope, and I like Lotto's verse. And then Good is just really good, but it was just after hearing it so many times for all this time that's been out, it's like I love it. Even though everybody's saying like it's just a Lovers and Friends re-rock, I'm like, yep, that's basically the same type of thing, same type of topic. Like, hey, we ain't good, we broke up, but I don't want to like be not good with you. But yeah, besides I Am the Party, what were some of your favorite standout tracks on the project? And did you have any skips or songs you thought were like mid?
So I'll start with my favorite. I Am the Party is probably number one for me. Then of course on the side, he's talking about me. He's in love with his woman on the side, you know.
Yup.
One of them ones, definitely. And then I really like A Young Girl. That's one I out of like the upbeat ones. That's definitely my favorite. Good is automatic.
Yeah.
That's an automatic. I love Good. Bob.
Oh yeah. Bop. I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like mid. Like I was like, oh, Bop is cool. Like it's all right. Like I wouldn't super skip it, but it's like I might skip it depending on my mood.
I'm gonna be honest. Risk It All just doesn't do it for me.
Wow.
I don't know.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Neezy here. I wanted to make sure that y'all go and get your Naturally Nay Instant Moisture Duo. That's right, this Instant Moisture Duo can be used on braids, locks, twists, beards, and all of your natural hair. The moisturizer is all natural ingredients. One of our key ingredients, aloe vera. Aloe vera is really great for your scalp. And our oil blend is a mixture of the best oils that you can use to promote hair growth and give your hair a good shine and overall just a natural glow. So you're getting two amazing products. Make sure you go to inaudibleruckus.com/naturallynay. And also you can follow us on Instagram at naturally_nay, NAEE.
Tell me every moment that we spent wasn't real. And here I am thinking I'm giving you something you can't feel. I didn't deserve it, but I guess you served your purpose. You weren't ready for my love. Now I got my wall up. Don't know who I can trust. Got everybody asking what really happened to us. It didn't work. I had to put me first. I admit it hurt. Glad I know my worth. I had to find directions. You couldn't play a part. I need some redirection. My GPS fell off. I'm at this intersection. Never thought I'd be lost in the rain. Been left on loveless lane. I had to find directions. You couldn't play a part. I need some redirection. My GPS fell off. I'm at this intersection. Never thought I'd be lost in the rain. Been left on loveless lane.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I don't. It's just like, oh, okay. Even when like the video came out and everything, I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know. It didn't do anything. We can definitely skip Luckiest Man. Maybe if he wasn't now married, wouldn't feel some kind of way about the song.
I wouldn't feel that way if he wasn't married.
But I would probably honestly love the song. The fact that he's married and he's probably talking about his wife, skip it. I don't like it.
Skip it. She's like, fuck that bitch.
Basically. No, I'm not gonna say that. We're just gonna wait. We'll wait. And Margella, his brother, I guess, produced that
Okay.
song. I like that one. So yeah,
Okay.
that's all I got.
So, would you put this album in his top 5, personally?
Let's see. Top 5. I think it could. Yeah, I think it could be. Yeah, maybe. Top 5 for me? Probably. And I don't know if it's just because, it's new.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see it. I can see it getting there.
Plus, I was like, that don't mean it's in the top 2. It could be like, no, it's at 5. He had 8 albums.
Yeah.
So that's like middle tier.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get to like, what are your top 3 Usher albums? Would you say? For me, it's of course Confessions is number 1. It's the classic. It's the album that you literally can play every single song and think every song is fire because every song could have been a single off that album. It's fucking fire. 8701.
I agree. 100%.
Yep. And then like 8701, that just reminds me of like middle school, high school, and how I just loved 8701. That was really when I was like, oh, Usher is fire with the 8701 album. And then my third would be Here I Stand. I thought that was really, really good.
Wow. So you know what? It's funny because number 1 for me is definitely Confessions, obviously, for the reason. My second is Raymond vs. Raymond.
Yeah, that was a slept on.
Was slept on.
It definitely was. It was really good.
Because I was going through. I'm like, damn, a bunch of hits on here. You know what? I got that when I was in college, and I played it on repeat nonstop. I mean, just all of the songs. Mars vs. Mars, Pro Lover, Fooling Around, Guilty, Making. I mean, I don't know. That's definite. That's creeping up to number 1, but it can't top Confessions. And then my third is Here I Stand as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Here I Stand definitely had. Oh, I said Here I Stand definitely has some hits, but I also love Here I Stand because Trading Places is on that album, and that's when he first pulled me on stage.
She said, "I have sentimental memories to this song." So
absolutely,
yeah. But the Raymond versus Raymond, that definitely is a slept on project. I think it was more because the news around that whole divorce and everything at the time. I think that's probably what overshadowed the fact that it was actually a really good album. But I would say that was definitely in my top 5. It might be like 4. It might be 4 if I really think about it. But other than that, I'll just another little fun question before we kind of wrap it up. During his Club Shay Shay interview, he talked about being in a super group. So I thought it would be fun to ask you if you could put Usher in a super group with 2 other R&B acts and maybe 1 rapper, who would it be?
Oh, this is hard. Okay, so this is so hard. Okay, so obviously Usher. I'm going to, and see, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, and we're strictly going off music. That's it. I'm gonna say, just because I don't like the comparison between them, both of them, I'm gonna say R. Kelly. I just feel like they would, collab and have a night. It'll be a good group. And then I'm a 90s girl, 90s R&B. So I would say either Keith Sweat or Brian McKnight.
Okay.
Even though we're canceling Brian McKnight too, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. I just thought about. I was like, oh yeah, the craziness he's been doing with his family.
Right. So, and I don't. You know what? Honestly, a rapper. I don't even know who.
I was like, yeah, you don't have to. But I was like, I only said that just because he was saying that. I guess Jay-Z was supposed to be part of the group and Diddy, and I was like,
oh
okay.
Yeah, their little super group.
But
I would have loved to see how that went.
Yeah, that would have been fire. So I personally thought of Usher, just like right now I said him, Usher, and Omarion, just because I want to see them just like dancing in like every video and just having like a super choreographed like stuff and like and they stuff like I'm like, oh yeah, it's like them niggas dancing, just get all three of them. And then I thought Wayne, because I was like, Wayne always has like good features with all three of them, especially he got the hits with Chris going on. So I was like, I would love to. Plus Wayne don't have to be on every song, just give me like a few bars on a couple joints. But yeah, I said Usher, Chris Brown, Omarion, and Wayne on some features. I was like, I feel like that'd be a fire like trio part, group or whatever, whatnot. But
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
But other than that, that's kind of it. How you feeling? See, it wasn't that bad.
If you say so.
Yeah, see, it wasn't that bad. But appreciate you taking the time to do this. I had to get you on because again, you're like the super Usher fan that I know. But yeah, continue to enjoy this album, and can't wait to see all the pictures of you going to all the shows. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I know somehow you're gonna make it to every show on the Usher tour. And then just make sure you record the wedding whenever y'all get married. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely, you'll be invited. Don't worry.
Hey,
you'll
I got it.
Invite.
Hey, ha ha! I get to see Usher and Rhonda get married. Ha ha! In y'all's face.
You will have your invite. Trust me.
For sure, appreciate that. But if you want to give people your social media, you can. If not, we can just wrap it up.
Okay. My Instagram is loving braid, BRAYD. Short for Brayden, which is my son. It is public, so you can check it out. My Facebook is Rhonda Ray. You can see some of my stories. I always make those public as well. And you can see all of my videos with Usher on both.
Yes, of course. Let's run those numbers up, you know what I'm saying? And let all the women know who the number one woman in his life really is.
Is absolutely 100% me.
That's right. Let them know. But yeah, appreciate you doing this, Rhonda. This is your boy Smilez. I'm here with my girl Rhonda Raymond. That's her name. And this is another episode of Music Impulse, and we out.